Hi there, my name is Somali back with another video. So recently I made a music video. I'm not sure when it's gonna be released, maybe months from now, maybe weeks from now. I don't know, but what I know is I'm done, right? I did a music video, right? So this is gonna just be a walkthrough as to how to edit a music video, the things that could save you headaches, how to make the whole process easy, right? This is just the introduction so that you see my face. Obviously it's very charming, right? This is the only time I'm gonna see my face in this video, or I might record an outro as well. All right, so the next part is gonna be me explaining on top of the recorded footage, because I recorded when I was editing. Well, obviously not the whole thing, but most of the stuff, so you get an idea of what's happening. All right, enjoy. All right, so let's walk you through what happened here, how I edited the thing, right? So first things first, you need to make sure this thing is easier for you to see in terms of if you're working with like a lot of footage, which you will if you're doing a music video, right? So you need to separate your footage. Like these are scenes, easy days. This label feature on Premiere Pro. So the scenes, the default color, it's like blue, right? And then I'm not sure if that's blue, it's lavender, I'm not sure of the color, right? And then I labeled the b-roll yellow, right, so that it's easier to see, right? That was the first process. And then the second part is the most annoying one, which was synchronization, right? So synchronizing the scenes now to the audio, all of them, right? Took a lot of time. It was like 7 scenes or something like that. It's a very annoying task to do. It's very manual sort of labor. There is no creativity to it. There is nothing happening there. You just matching. Tried a lot of techniques because my audio wasn't matching the song. So what I would do is make a mark on some like place where the beat drops, and then make a mark, and then try to synchronize that, and then also like frame by frame look at the artist singing the lips and then see if they mesh the thing. It took a lot of time, right? It took a while, right? So after that, a long boring process, I went into cutting now, right? So what I would do, the first thing was I chose the scenes that I thought they were interesting out of all like the beats, like right, they were interesting out of all the scenes, right? So I just kept on choosing those with no sort of particular order, right? Just choosing those, and then after I made those cuts, I increased the number of tracks, right? I doubled the number of tracks, and then had each track separated by an empty track in between, right? In between the two successive tracks, there is an empty track, right? And then what I will do is like hide, right? Make them invisible. Hide all the tracks that had the original scenes, right? And then only take up the parts that I cut and deemed as interesting to be in the video, right? Those initial cuts, right? They took them, moved them up to the track that is visible, right? With all of the tracks, right? All of the 7 scenes, right? And then I watched that for a while and saw if it's constituting a good music video or something like that, right? And then obviously it wasn't enough, but it made it easier in terms of like direction, where I want to take the thing and whatnot, right? I'm thinking like most of this is basic theory, like my approach to a music video, because I don't think I'm getting technical in terms of the edits I do, but I'm just teaching you, not teaching you, but just telling you what I did in terms of theory, how I approach this thing, right? So after those cuts and whatnot and having that direction, I chose one of the tracks to be, or one of the scenes to be the sort of home scene, right? the what do you call this, right? In text they define home as the place you return to after all your wanderings, right? So some people feel they like those jumpy music videos, right? Where because I shot like 7 scenes or 8 scenes or 15 scenes, I'm gonna jump to the next scene or the other scene every other second, right? Well, I don't like doing that, right? I like the other scenes to just add, right? Keep on adding some sort of perspective or whatever on top of the one scene, though. So every time after you go to another scene, you return to this one scene. You go to another scene, you return. I think that makes it easier to watch a music video. It gives it some sort of balance, and then it makes it easier to remember it firstly, and then also you can like pay attention to the thing. They're not moving too fast, right? So that's what I did here. I chose a scene that I felt like, okay, this is a good scene, this is gonna be the music video, and then the other scenes are gonna be spices, right? And then also I was using my what's this my the b-roll, right? In some other places, putting b-roll and whatnot, right? And then and then I was done actually. Other than adding like an opening scene and whatnot, which didn't make it to the final thing, right? So after that, I was done, and then I moved on to coloring, lumetri coloring or color grading, what they call it, right? So I corrected whatever needed to be corrected and arrived at a look that I felt like was appropriate or I liked, right? Fixed any areas where like there were some recordings that were a bit dark, right? So I fixed those, and then there were some others that were harshly bright. Fixed those, and then I put a lot on the thing as well, but not drastic, just the basic lights that come with Premiere Pro, right? And then I was done with the editing. And then what you're gonna see in the final music video is what I did, right? And then I went to the client and then said, okay, this is my version, I'm done here. What do you want me to add, right? And then I went on to add a lot of effects, right? There's these modern music videos. I can't say I'm a fan of that much, right? The only reason I made this thing is because I was paid to. And I think even though they are there, the music video is still watchable, right? They went excessive, but there was certainly a lot of effects, right? Those effects, they make it look like you're an amateur, right? Because amateurs, most of the time, not to put down people or whatnot, but I was like that most when I started with this thing. If you're starting with this thing, you want to use everything, right? You want to use every effect or not. So the final video has a lot of effects, which they're not to my taste, but the music video is still fine, right? So I added those effects, even those ones that make it look like it's an old sort of film like look, something like that. I added a lot of those as well. You'll see in the final thing. I'll tell you when it's out. And then I was done. All right. So let's revise. First thing first, you synchronize long process, right? And then you double the tracks, right? You double the tracks, then you make it so that there is space in between each track, right? And then you hide the original track with the footage, hide all of them, and then you move only the parts that you will deem is interesting, or you want to include the music video to the track on top of the thing, right? So that it makes it easier. It's a very easy process to edit, rather than just making one track then keep on chopping and putting interesting parts and whatnot. That was the easiest way. Because it's not the first time editing music video, so I found the easiest way to do the thing, right? And then you color grade, right? You add whatever, what do you call these things? LUTs you need to add, right? Looks or something like that.
And then you through when you add some audio, opening titles, not audio, you add some opening titles, then you add what, and then you color grade. That's it. All right, that is a music video. That is my philosophy. That is how I edit a music video, right?
All right, hope you enjoyed that one. That's been it. So my dailies. See you in the next video.